Rory, welcome to the Trail Chasers podcast. I've been seeing a lot of you on social media, and it feels like you're an overnight success story, but I'm sure it's like 10 years in the making. So I'm really, really happy to have you on here. So obviously it's a trail running podcast, but I think there's a lot, we can learn from you, and I think your story is really inspirational, and excited to have you here. So thank you for coming, and thank you for making time.
Thank you. And I've seen your podcast on the socials, and I've always wanted to be on your podcast. I'm happy to be here. And about the trail running thing, a lot of the roads in Durban at the moment are pretty cut. So running on the road is very much like running on trail at the moment.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of potholes everywhere. So trail running, road running at the moment, it's much of a muchness. Always got to look where you're going.
It's probably easier now actually at the moment to run on the trails.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Actually, you'd be right. Because if you run on the trails, you won't really go missing. But on the roads, if you fall into a pothole deep enough, you'll end up in someone's lounge in Argentina. And now you're like, how did I get here?
So, if you think of the kind of most pivotal moments in your life, and, when you relate it to running or, in general, you can take it wherever you want. What kind of comes to mind when I say that?
So with running in particular, it started basically, pretty much exactly when I stopped doing everything else. I stopped partying and I stopped drinking. I stopped everything once because I was going, just chaos, was chaotic. I decided I'm going to stop all of this cuck now, so I stopped all of it. And then I needed a reason to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I'd been going out till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I needed a reason to wake up at 4 so I didn't party till 4.
Yeah.
And I thought, what? I remember seeing people running around the streets when I used to go to Steers at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I want to start running. So literally then I just started, set my alarm on my own. I just started running around Durban on my own, probably in not even running shoes, tackies and any random shorts, running around Durban. And then I decided I'm now a runner. So I identified as a runner. I changed my pronouns to the pronouns that runners use. And then in Durban, when you say that you identify as a runner, the first thing they say to you is, do you do comrades?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, geez, now I want to do comrades because that's... So I was like, comrades. So I literally Googled, how do you run comrades? So now you must join a running club. Okay, so now I'm going to join a running club. Okay, now I'm going to run with other people. I don't want to run with other people, but I'll do it. So I Googled running clubs in my area. I found one in Durban North where I was living there, Riverside Harriers. The guy's name was Emil. I think it probably still is. I phoned him. And he said, okay, cool, you can come here, join the club. Here's all the stuff you must do. Then on Thursday, you must fetch your kits between this time and this time. Cool, fetched my first ever running uniform. I was so excited. The red and white stripes looked like Where's Wally. My first running uniform ever. Cool, got the uniform. Then he said, okay, we run on Saturday mornings at 5 o'clock. So come to your first club run on Saturday morning, 5 o'clock. We're doing a 25. I was like, oh, please, I can do a 25. Easy, I've been running further than that on my own. Cool. Then I didn't know that when you practice with a running club, when you train, I didn't know this. I didn't know that you're not supposed to wear a uniform. So I went to my first training club ever in my life at Riverside Harriers, 5 o'clock in the morning. I pulled in there at 10 to 5. As I pulled into the parking lot, I looked around. I was like, why is no one else wearing the uniform? And I was literally red and white. I had the cap, the sweatband, the shorts, the shirt, the socks, everything. I was so proud. And I saw no one else was wearing the uniform. I was like, no, they've all seen my car pull in, so I can't drive out. So I'm like, maybe they won't notice that I'm wearing my full uniform. And then as I got off the car, they walked towards me. They're like, I'm walking them. And guys like, is there a marathon today, guys? Why is this guy dressed in... Like, hi, I'm the new guy, Rory. He was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know. And I also didn't know you must run with tape on your nipples or Vaseline with those vests because they're like sandpaper, man. There's nothing nice about a running uniform, ever. So I didn't know this. So 8 kilometers in, there's blood running down my shirt. I was like, no, guys, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. There's blood running down my shirt. It's like red stripes, and blood. I was like,
no.
And when I see those guys to this day, they still remind me of that day when I arrived in my full uniform, Riverside Harriers, my first run ever. I'll never forget. It was embarrassing. So that's what the moment I think of was that moment, stopping drinking, starting running, and walking into Riverside, driving to Riverside Harriers running club, my full uniform, and feel like an absolute idiot. I'll never forget it.
You've obviously got a lot of different things that you do. So if you have a business card, and what does it kind of say underneath your name?
It says running, comedy, and lots of other cack.
I love that. And if you think of running, and your journey with running, what's something that it's given you, that's not related to running?
What that running's given me?
Yeah.
So I always say this, because I do a lot of comedy, because that's my thing. I also do comedy and comedians. So the more I run, the funnier I guess. So the more I run, the more content, because I've got, at any given time, I've got a million tabs open in my head. There's always a whole lot of cut going on in here. Even at the moment, all the socks are a lot for me right now. There's just so much going on. So the more I run, I close those tabs and open up nice new ones that are funny. And the more I run, the more content I write, the funnier I am. That's why often after a long run, I get in my car, put my cap on, my comrades medal on, and I record a video quickly while the idea is still in my head. Because any idea will come to me while I'm busy running. So what it's given me is much more comedy, much more content, also like a lot more friends. Like running friends everywhere. Like, and running friends will do anything for you, man.
Yeah.
Running friends you can phone any time of the day and all night, and they'll be there for you. No matter where you are, you can phone a running friend. Yeah. So running friends also very important.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm going to second you at a Comrades Marathon, I think there's
Literally,
pretty
yeah.
much anything I'm gonna do for you.
Yeah. I always say seconding in comrades is worse than running.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You chatted a bit about like the partying and the drinking. Do you ever kind of think back to that person that you were and how it kind of just shifted?
Totally. Like, I can't even believe that person existed. When I look back at the chaos and debauchery, I don't relate to that person anymore. It's a weird thing. Like, when I look back, although it was lots of fun, I couldn't ever imagine going back. So even now, if I go to an event like Comics Choice Awards on Saturday nights, there's free savannas everywhere. Everyone's drinking. Even then, I don't miss it. I'm like, the last thing I feel like now is to have a Savannah. So I'll have a Savannah Zero. I drank one or two of those. But that person, I don't know. It was lots of fun and all that. And I'll never regret anything because it got me to where I am now. And I wouldn't have been here if I didn't go through all that. But that person is there. And this is a new one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel kind of the same way. And, is there a moment where the kind of the comedy and the running kind of converged? When was that moment? Or I suppose, when did you kind of realize running was your thing? And then when did you realize that running and comedy was your thing?
I think probably my very first viral video about running. Can't remember what it was, but I remember doing a video in my car about people who drive SUVs and how much petrol they use. And I compared it to how many wacky Wednesdays they waste every time they rev their car. It's just like 1,000 wacky Wednesdays. Drive out your car, drive away. And then a week later, I did the Comrades in 3 days, coming up now, Comrades in 3 days run. And everyone to me was quoting that video. Everyone was quoting that video. I was like, wait, you guys watched that video? They're like, yo, we love your content. I was like, wow, so I've got runners who watch my content. Maybe I should do content about running that runners can relate to, that we all talk about while we're running, but no one actually puts it out there. And that's when I realized, you know what? If I can be funny about anything else, I can be funny about running. And I started putting videos about like relatable things about running. Flip, and they were doing so well. It was like, we've all been thinking this for so long. Now you're actually saying it out loud. These are all the things runners go through. And I've even got a one-man show called The Running Joke that's developed from that. And how I describe it is the running joke is the show that runners will relate to and non-runners will learn from. Okay. And I even invite cyclists. Like, they can also come because they can sit.
Yeah.
And do nothing, which is what they usually
do. Exactly. They could pedal as well. You can just put pedals in the seats. So before you kind of were a runner, what is your history with comedy? How did that kind of get started? What appealed to you about that?
Probably 12 years ago now, when I was living in Port Elizabeth, where I'm from, Berga. I was living there, and I went to a comedy show, and one of my colleagues at the radio station, was like a open mic guy who just wanted to try out comedy, would just like have an open mic spot and just be funny for the night. And then every month they had the show, and every month they invited new people, anyone who'd never done comedy, just to come tell some jokes. And I got really drunk that night, and I was like, yeah, put me on next month. I'll do this thing next month. And the next day everyone's like, Rory, you signed up for this thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And the guys were so excited. Rory's doing comedy next month. Yeah. And people say, no, but Rory, you're funny, you must go do it. And that's how it started. And when comedy first started for me, I was really, really bad. And then secondly, I was shameless. I had a piece of paper and I would use my paper for my jokes. I would like, okay, yeah. Joke number one or like story number one. Have you heard about this, tell the thing, and then look at my paper again. It was terrible. And even now, still doing comedy now to this day, I'll still use paper to write out all my stuff. I'll write it all out. I'll have that paper in my back pocket during any single show, just as like a comfort, in case I lose my spot or forget what I'm going to say. But I never ever needed to take it out. But the piece of paper that followed me from PE, those first shows, I always have the paper in my pocket. If I don't have the paper there, I panic. I panic. I find paper somewhere where I'm at, write a few things down, put it in my pocket. The thing's in my pocket. There it is. I'm going to be fine. But I started 12 years ago, one drunken night to decide to do comedy. And then from there, but they always say comedians like Dave Chappelle, the big comedian, always says it takes you at least 10 years to find your voice. So I was doing comedy, but I wasn't doing it at the level I am now, where I know exactly what I'm talking about, what exactly stories I'm going to tell. I know what my personality is, what my vibe is, what I can tell jokes about, what I can't tell jokes about. So although I was doing comedy then, wasn't really, I was just like farting around really on a stage. I feel like the last year or two, it's really, really sort of solidified and come together for me.
I feel like that's about your running as well. It's kind of the same kind of trajectory.
Yes, 100%.
So it's also kind of come together in the last year or two.
Totally, that's so true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. And What was that moment where you're like, okay, I can actually, like, I'm no longer that guy who's like the nipples are bleeding and the full uniform. When was that moment for you?
I think it was when I first finished my first comrades. Yeah, my first, I think 2019 or 2018, my first comrades that I ran. I finished that one. I was like, wait, I can do this thing. And before I did the comrades, when I decided, okay, I must do comrades now to identify as a runner, then I did the FNB 10 kilometer in Durban. And I ran the whole thing in like maybe 50 minutes or something. And I was like, wait, man, comrades is only 9 of those. I mean, I'm thinking, that's easy. I can do 9 of those. And then on the day, you're like, wait, 9 of those is not actually easy. But when I crossed the line for the Comrades Marathon, with my first medal, I was like, wait, man, I can do this thing. I must just train hard and do this thing. Like, I can now literally be a runner. And then the next year, I didn't finish because I got like too confident. And like, oh, man, this is easy. You just got to run from... And I didn't finish. And like, ended really badly for me. I ended up on what I say is the best bus at Comrades. You get the 9-hour bus, the 10-hour bus, the 11-hour bus, the 8-hour bus. And for me, the best bus is the Baylor's bus because they drive you to the end. Like, you get into a bus, and that's the bus I got on the second Comrades. Like, Baylor's bus driven to the end. I was a mess. Wow.
What did you kind of learn from that one?
From that one, I learned that you mustn't be windgat about the Comrades Marathon. It's like the sea. You need to respect it. It's like the ocean. You need to respect this thing. It's the big sea. Actually, wait, I just made a joke. It's the big sea and the big sea.
I want credit for that one in your next stand-up.
I learned you have to respect it, and also learned, because that second time when I didn't finish, I wasn't eating along the route. I was like in a hurry to get to the end. I wasn't bothered about eating. And then all of a sudden I couldn't see straight and I was falling over. So I learned nutrition and I learned respect. Respect the Comrades Marathon. It's not a joke. Just because you finished it the first time doesn't mean you're going to come back, walk through this thing, and it ended badly. I learned lessons that day.
You know, looking back at that, you know, what would you kind of have done differently on that first Comrades?
The one when I didn't finish?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not the first one, the second one, yeah.
Definitely would have eaten more, and definitely would have respected it more and not think I could finish this. Because after the first one, I was like, oh man, I finished in 11 hours. Let's aim for like 9-hour, 50 or 10 hour. Oh, please. And I was running the first 15, 20 kilometers in like 5 minutes a K, and then you start slowing down and getting slower and slower. Then I reached, I think, 72 kilometers, and it was so bad that when I saw the road marking 72, I looked at it, and I was like, then I looked like, I thought, have I run 72 or there's 72 still to go? I had no idea. Like, I was so lost. So yeah, I'd learned nutrition and respect. You respect that thing. It's not a... Comrades Marathon is there to be respected. Like, you can't go there thinking it's going to be a laugh and a joke. You need to... And I trained much less as well because I thought, no, man, I overtrained last year. I finished so easily. I'll just train less this year.
And do you feel like you're running in this past, like, year and a half, you know, do you feel like you've taken it a lot more seriously?
A lot more seriously, and also a lot more experience. So I know what my body can do, what my body shouldn't be doing. I also know that if I need to rest, I'm going to rest. Like, I know exactly how I should be running and how I shouldn't be running. I also say things like, if people talk about personal best, so PB or personal best. Now, I want to change this. Actually, I must do a video about this. I want to change the personal best from PB is a different thing to FT. So your FT is your fastest time. That's perfect. That's on numbers, your fastest time on paper. Yeah. Your PB is your personal best. The one that you enjoyed the most, that you finished the freshest, that you had the most fun on. That's your personal best. This shouldn't be your time.
Yeah.
Because now, let's say I ran a marathon once in like 4:02 or something, and my PB. I'm never going to get there again. Yeah. So I'm never going to say I've run a PB. I want to be able to say I've done a PB. Once we get older and older and older, the PB should be your personal best is your personal best day out there. You could have taken me 3 days to finish a marathon. If it was your personal best, that's your personal best. It might not have been your FT, your fastest time. Yeah. But for me, personal best means, personally, that's my best. Don't PB me with a time. Yeah. Like, I don't care. Oh, did you get a PB? Yes, I did, but it took you longer. But it was my personal best, so shut up.
And so what was your personal best?
Now, personal best, probably looking back now, 2 Oceans, which I ran like a week ago. Because I think I was the most experienced I've ever been. I knew exactly how to do it. I aimed for 6 hours 50 and I was 6 hours 49.
Wow.
Didn't panic once. Didn't think I needed to go faster or slower. I knew exactly what I was doing. So in terms of planning and preparation and mentally knowing what I'm doing on the day, my PB would have been 2 Oceans 2025. Even though when I did it in 2019, I did it 6 minutes faster. Nope, that's FT. PB is 2025.
I love that.
Trail running beats up everything. Your legs, your lungs, and especially your feet. The last thing you need is socks that give up before you do. That's why I'm thrilled to announce that this season of Trail Chasers is sponsored by Gilnockie Socks. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill socks. Gilnockie socks are made for people who demand more. More performance, more durability, and more comfort. They're designed to prevent blisters with premium moisture-wicking materials that keep your feet dry no matter how long or muddy the trail gets. Plus, they're treated with HydroCool and Silver Plus, so they stay fresh, breathable, and ready for your next adventure. Since I started using Gilnockie socks, I haven't had to stop mid-run to adjust or worry about discomfort. They just keep working mile after mile, run after run. So why settle for socks that don't keep up? Visit gilnockie.com and use the code TRAILCHASERS at checkout for 20% off your first order. Trust me, once you try them, you won't go back. Your feet will thank you.
You've obviously now, I don't know if it's recent, but you're with the Hollywood Athletics.
Yes.
So tell me about that journey and, how did that come about? How has it transformed?
So they contacted me saying, Rory, we really love your content. Like, we love the stuff you're putting out there. Your running stuff is really relatable and funny and entertaining. Runners are loving it. You're getting lots of views and shares and stuff. We would love you to run for us. But you can do content for us. We'll give you the running thing. We'll enter you into, I think, a number of marathons in the year, and we'll take you to 2 Oceans, and we'll pay you this much per month. And I was like, that's a great deal. Like, That is, like, fantastic. So, yeah, and I've been loving it. That's an awesome team, eh? Like, they took me to 2 Oceans. We had a jaw at 2 Oceans. I got to spend the pre-2 Oceans morning with elite athletes, with like the stains and that, in this hotel. I was like, this is how you start a marathon. You don't start it out in the cold. No, it's been great. I've loved it. Like, yeah, the sport has been awesome. Loved in the content. Yeah, that's been really cool. Running in purple.
How does it feel like when they like put you up there? It's like Gerda and you. And then, like, is there pressure, or do you just feel like...
No, not at all. It's like, no. The thing is, running the 2 Oceans on that day, so one guy, one of the managers, Morgan, he saw me at one of the water stops, and while he runs, he watches it on his phone because he wants to see how the athletes are doing. And he said, oh, by the way, just to let you know, Gerda's won. I was like, well, it takes the pressure off me. Thank goodness, I don't have to win this thing now. Like, the purple person has won. So no, Gerda's there. I say, Gerda's the elite athlete. I'm the delightful athlete. Yeah. She's there for the running. I'm there for the jokes.
Amazing. And what was the hardest moment in your running journey?
Hardest moments? That's an easy one. That was recently at a marathon called Best of the Best in the pouring rain, when I had one of the guys from one of my friends from our Hollywood Bets running with me, Hollywood Athletics, Brett. Now, these are the people who've made sure that they've paid for everything, my flights, everything for 2 Oceans, already been paid. I need to qualify for this thing. I didn't qualify the previous marathon. The 2nd of March, this is the last day you can qualify for 2 Oceans. They paid for everything. So the guy said, no, listen, I'll pace you. Cool. He paces me. 22 Ks in, I'm dry heaving against the wall. I don't know where I am. I want to sit down on the road. He goes, Rory, stand up. He coached me all the way through. I think probably the last 17 kilometers, I was death. Death as in, like, you would go, Rory, there's a downhill coming. I'm like, bro, I can't even do the downhills. Like, I can't even move. I don't know what went wrong that day, but it was the worst run of my whole entire life. I was dry heaving. I couldn't see. He was organizing nausea tablets for me. With like 10 Ks to go even, I thought I was going to die. I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this. We're watching the time. It's like, Rory, you have to run now. We have to run now. I'm like, oh, okay, you can walk now. Okay, walk. Oh, you can run. I finished that run. Came into the finish with like literally 30 seconds to spare.
Wow.
And not because I took it easy. No, I don't even know how I did it. Then I just flopped down and just lay there. It was pouring rain. We're running through water this deep at one stage in Durban North. So I just fell out. We were drenched. I was like, sure, I'm going to 2 Oceans. And the worst run of my whole, I don't even know, I've never experienced anything like it, where I actually thought I was going to die. I thought, this is going to be the end. I cannot, I'm going to die today. And at least I'll be dying in the rain. And it was the worst experience. But then at the end, you're like, hey, I made it. And then, I could hardly walk to my car. No, it was bad.
Yeah. Was it relief when you crossed that finish line?
So much relief. But even when I entered that, because you run into a track at the end, a running track at the end. And then even when I entered the track, and there was like 90 seconds, I was like, I still don't know if I'm going to get there. I still don't know if I can reach that. I was so bad. And then I started walking, and I was like, Rory, you can't walk. Rory, I was like shouting, Rory, go. And like Adam's family, oh. And I started running, and I just made it. So even when I could see the finish line, I still thought, I don't know if I can get there. Yeah. Like I don't know if I can. I'm going to see what happens. But I was like, what am I going to do if I don't qualify for 2 Oceans? I think the pressure was too much for me on the day. I always say I have a thing called, I don't have big match temperaments. When I have to qualify for something, I panic and overthink everything. After that, the next marathon I ran, Baldwin, easy. Didn't panic once, ran lacquer slow, walked, ran, finished in 4 hours, 40 something. Not a panic in the world. I think I have the big match temperament problem. When I've got to run for time, then I'll start watching and panicking and have I eaten enough, have I had enough water, have I done this? Yeah, so the BMT I need to work on, that big match temperament, I need to work on that.
Stick to Gerda and she'll help you.
No, I'll collapse 3 kilometers. And she smiles while she runs. How do you do that? So fast and you're smiling. No, man. No one can know, man.
What is the pressure like, being a public figure and being an average runner? I'm there as well. Do you feel that pressure? Do you, do you feel that people are kind of watching and expecting, and does it add that layer of pressure?
It does add a lot of pressure. And not so much for me, not so much for my finishing. This is funny. Not so much for my finishing of the marathon or the time of the marathon. The pressure for me is the video I record after the race.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Rory, I can't wait to see your video. I can't wait to see your video. How was today's video? I can't wait to see your video. I can't wait to see your video. Then I finish. I'm like, oh, everyone's waiting for this video. Everyone's waiting for this video, and I've got to record this video. Like, what content can I think? And but like, in saying that, it is so much fun when you're running into oceans where everyone's like, champion, how are you, champion. And actually, I'll blame those people, and I've told them, on the fact that I didn't qualify when I ran the Hillcrest Marathon, because I was stopping for selfies and videos with everyone and running back to them even to take selfies and videos. And I didn't qualify by like 4 minutes. And that was the time, I think. So now I'm like running. If you want to take a selfie, you come here and run with me. I'm not going to go there. And for a video, you run next to me in the video. So the pressure for me is not so much the time and the race and all that. It's what video, Rory, what video are you going to do after this? I can't wait to see your video. I can't wait to see your video. Yeah. So the pressure for me is the video afterwards, which I love it. I love that kind of pressure though.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome.
And all those videos kind of on the spot come up with, or do you, I suppose through the race you would have some ideas and...
Yeah, usually stuff that happens during the race. So I'll be running always looking for stuff like, what can I joke about? Oh, that's... So one time I was running on the one marathon, and then some guy was spraying his face with water, but he was missing. Was going over him and into my face. I was like, rude, like, I'm getting waterboarded at the back there. So I made a video about that. People loved it. And then I made a video about week before 2 Oceans. I didn't want to run. I said, if you run now, it's called panic running. You get a PB, personal best, and a PR is a panic run. At the 2 Oceans, people were quoting that video to me all the way through. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is flipping awesome. Like, this landing, the relatable stuff is landing. I think everyone thinks it. They just don't say it. Like, everyone knows they're thinking it, but like, I'm just saying it out loud. Like, and then they're like, oh yeah, we were thinking that.
And does a lot of your stuff kind of just come by accident? And, like, especially like the champions thing, was that a plan, or was that like just...
That was purely by accident when we won the Rugby World Cup. Then I said we were all champions now. And I started greeting everyone as champions. Then it started becoming a thing. Champions. Now it's literally like, it is a thing. I've been named by a publication as the Minister of Champions. So I'm now South Africa's Minister of Champions. So it's on my Twitter bio, on my Instagram bio, Facebook bio, I'm the Minister of Champions, South Africa's Minister of Champions. And I love it. Like, when I get shirts made that say champion on, because I honestly believe South Africans are champions. Like, the stuff that we've been through, stuff that we still go through, and we still come out smiling every day. Like, one of the comedians said, when we have load shedding or like stage 8 gets hit, poof, most of us are looking for Wi-Fi so we can post a joke about it. Like, we just want the Wi-Fi to come back so we can post a joke about this load shedding. Not like, that's the one thing we care about. How can we make this funny? I think we're champions at that. And like, just generally champions. So it came out as an accident at first. And it's like, this is the thing. We are flipping champions. Like, it's become a thing now. I love it.
And, what is the relationship between your kind of stage, I guess, persona and your social media persona, and also in terms of your content? Is it... Yeah, what's the kind of relationship that happens there with the process? So
I've been working to make all like one. So my comedy is a lot about running as well. Relatable for runners. Non-runners will learn from it, like I say. So it's, and as I said earlier, the more I run, the funnier I get. So it's all become like one sort of persona, one sort of thing. I'm basically the person who does the running joke. Like, that's what I want to be, the person who does the running joke. Yes. Yeah. So my one-man show is called The Running Joke. So, so it all feeds into each other beautifully at the moment. I'm loving it, like, so perfectly.
It's interesting because, generally, you want to obviously be as wide as possible and tell, to appeal like every segment of your audience. So do you feel that you've niched too much, or, do you think it's...
That's a good question. So I've been actively... for the last year or 6 months to a year, been actively persevering to do content for running and content that's not running. At least one video a week that isn't about running completely. And then also, like Barry Hilton says as well, don't be too scared of finding your audience. When you find your audience, speak to your audience. Don't worry about, if you find your passionate audience, speak to them. Like, they will follow you everywhere. So there's also that bit of advice. But I do know that I have been actively persevering to do comedy on about everything, about everyday life as well, not just running or bringing running into everyday life. But yeah, that's a good question. I have been trying to do that. It's very important.
Yeah. And what is the reaction to those non-running videos?
No, great.
Okay,
really,
that's
really
good.
great. Trying to think of, like I did, the recent one I did really well was when FNB took over the sponsorship of the Springboks.
Yes.
And I said how all the rules are going to change.
Yeah.
Like for that, for instance. So try and find things that are happening, that are trending, and then latch onto that people are talking about. So they'll watch it. So they'll come up on their feed because it's trending anyway, and they'll watch it. Be like, that's really, really funny. So when I think of an idea, I'll save it into my phone. And then when I think, okay, I must do a video now, then I go, okay, what ideas? Then we go, that was hilarious, all that yesterday. Let's make that funny.
So, and then your process in terms of the videos, is it more like when ideas strike, or do you have like, you're going to try and get one a day?
No. So when ideas strike.
Okay.
So I'd rather not, I'd rather put quality than quantity. So when an idea strikes, and I don't think I need an idea for comedy. Let's try and make this thing funny. No, the idea will come to you. Don't panic. And the more you panic about it, then you don't get any ideas. It's like writer's block. So no, when an idea strikes, and I'll do something. If I don't have an idea for 5 days, I don't care. That idea is going to come. It's coming. Then I often just go for a run. Then think of an idea while I'm running. And then, that's what it is. Quickly do the video. That's why often a lot of my videos are straight after a long run. I'm still sweating. I'm in the car. Because that idea came to me. I need to get it out now.
I think that, that obviously plays like a big role in that thing, in the car and the stage. And was that also pre-planned, or was that also like a happy accident?
But the car thing?
Yeah.
Happy accident. So I needed a place to put my phone, and I needed a soundproof place. So I was trying to think of a place I can balance my phone on. I'm like, no, man. Then I saw my steering wheel. I'm like, car. Perfect. Soundproof. Perfect. Like, it doesn't move. It's there. Like, and I was like, this is the thing. So I would often, if I'm driving home from work, I would get an idea for a video and be so excited to record it. I'd pull over wherever I am. I'd just pull over my car, pull over, quickly clear everything. And then often it takes like 5 or 6 takes. I'm sitting in my car there for like 20 minutes doing takes. Then I stop my car, put the aircon on for it because I'm getting hot. Then I put the car off. And people are thinking, what's this guy parked outside my house for? Like one day someone called Blue Security. The guy came to our window. I'm like, no, I'm just recording don't worry, I'll just drive off. Like, he's like, yo, you're sitting outside someone's house. Like,
you're loitering,
like, like, what are you doing? Like, and I think about it, it looks really creepy. There's this guy just sitting out someone's house in his car for like 20 minutes. Like, what is this bloke doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm just recording videos. So it's very, So the car thing was happy accident, and I love it because it's soundproof. The lighting is perfect. Like, I love it.
So if you're at home and a video idea strikes, so you go to your car and...
Literally, if an idea strikes, I've got to get into my car, go to the garage, open the garage door, reverse my car out into the driveway, and then do the thing, and then stop my car, drive the car back in, go back inside and post the video. It's the most ridiculous thing. And often if I'm not dressed or whatever, then I'm going to quickly do my hair, put a shirt on, I don't know what anything else, put a shirt on, do my hair quickly, then get in the car, do the video. My neighbors are thinking, what's this guy doing? Put my car, the dogs are watching through the window. Like, why is it just driving this car? Then back into the garage, close the garage, go inside, post the video. Done. It's crazy.
And what's something you kind of learning at the moment from running?
From running?
Yeah.
So don't panic. And I learned that from Best of the Best as well. Don't overthink it. The biggest thing, which I conquered at 2 Oceans, don't panic. You've got a plan. If you're running 7 minutes 30 over here, don't panic. There's going to be a downhill coming where you're going to run 6:45. Best of the Best, I would panic, or other things, I'll be panicking like, must be going fast, must be going fast. No, actually not Best of the Best, I had Brett timing me. But generally, must be going faster. Now I'm like, I'm experienced. I know what needs to be done. If I'm aiming for a time of 6:50, I know what pace I must run at what parts of the race. Experience, nutrition, like I'm loving it right now. Touch wood, because it's working perfectly and I know that I mustn't panic. Just calm down, breathe and just take it slowly. Like I've gone past the times now where I'm chasing to be the second person over the line or the third. I'm gone past those days. I don't want a FT, I want a PB. I'm chasing PBs now.
Yeah.
Like I want to have fun and not panic and finish in the time that I aim for. If I aim for 6:50, I want to finish in 6:50. If I aim for a marathon 4:40, I want to finish in 4:40. Like I'm not going to think, 10 Ks in, things are going really well, let's go faster. No, I've been there, it ends badly.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. And what are you currently struggling with in your running?
I think probably the nutrition and knowing how much to eat when, I still panic about that. Like even when I'm getting it right, I still think, wait, I haven't eaten in 45 minutes. Should I eat now? What if I throw up if I eat? And what if I eat too much? And the drinking water thing is too much. When is too much? When is too little? No one can tell you because it's different for every person. And then you think, have I drank too much water now? Like, should I stop here and get water? I don't know. But my mouth feels dry, but you've had so much water. So it's that sort of thing. I don't know, like, it's such a science, like to get it right for yourself all the time. And then also the temperature of the day plays a role as well. How hot is it? How cold is it? Like, how much have you exerted yourself? So that's something that I'm still a bit
that'll come.
Yeah, it'll come.
That'll come. If you think of bucket lists, dream runs, races or runs or locations, what's on that list?
Oh man, I want to do London Marathon, definitely. And like one of the other, London Marathon and another big one in the world. London and one other big one. Also, the Paris Marathon was now recently. That looked amazing. Wow. And I actually studied French in university. So thank you, Paris people. Please have me. I studied French. I got a French honors degree. Thank you very much. So bonjour. Je m'appelle Rory. I can run. Merci.
Has there been international interest in your stuff? Was it very South African?
No, a lot of international interest, especially Australia, New Zealand, and England, actually. And in fact, on Chapman's Peak, an Australian accent said to me, "Champion." I was like, what? A guy from Melbourne. Oh man, I forget his name. And I followed him immediately. Because I love your stuff. I'm all the way from Melbourne. I love your content. I love your stuff. I was like, what? A guy from Melbourne, like in real life. He goes, I love your stuff. Please keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Keep us laughing every single day. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So it does well, yeah.
And you think that's going to open doors for like international tours and things like that?
Yeah, I hope so. Like within, where are we now? April. I said this year or next year. This year or next year, I definitely want to perform in at least one other country in the world. Like it's time now. Like I've got to go do it.
It's quite interesting. You've got that, you want to run in a country and you want to perform in a country.
Yes, and the thing is, I can turn them into the same tour.
Yeah.
Like I do my running joke show, which is relatable to runners all over the world, and do a marathon at that same place.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, if you sell enough tickets for the show, it'll pay for itself.
That's exactly. Yeah. In terms of that comedy and running, what lessons from comedy do you apply to your running and vice versa?
Preparation, 100% preparation. If you don't prepare for your comedy, you're going to fall, you're going to fail horribly. If you don't prepare for running, you're going to fail horribly. I've learned that. The one thing, I think it's for anything in life, the preparation is key for both of them. And you have to prepare for the comedy and you have to prepare for the running.
I say to you, in 5 years' time, you still want to be running. What is the one thing that keep you going and keep you there?
Got to keep running.
Yeah.
You're just chasing a green number at Comrades Marathon. And when you get to green number, you have to run more. You can't just do 10 and then carry on. People say, no, man, you can do one Comrades and you're done. No, you cannot. The only way you get out of Comrades Marathon is if you get injured. Then you can go become a cyclist. The only way Comrades Marathon, you chase. Then you'll get 10. No, man, you can't just get 10. Now you must get 11. Then you must get to 15. So no, as long as Comrades Marathon is there, I'm going to be running, people. Like I'm going to be going every single year. Like I can't stop. Also, my Comrades Marathon race number is 19000. Like it is beautiful. It's 19. It's like no, like 3, 5, 6, 2, 2. It's 19000. Like, and if you stop running, you lose that number. I can never stop. I at least have to enter every year to keep that number.
If you're looking short term, long term, medium term for your comedy, for your running, what is on those? Are you someone that plans those things, or is it?
No, I'm really, really, really bad planner. But definitely, midterm is definitely, as I said earlier, a marathon in another country and a comedy show in another country. And I think London's the best place because they've got a lot of South Africans there, got a lot of friends there, and a lot of people on social media engaged with me from London. So I think London Marathon is the one because then I can do a proper show. They'll pay for my trip and they can run the London Marathon. But apparently, these marathons, you can't just enter. You need to go into a lottery system and they draw you out. No, man, just please.
And if you're talking about advice, giving people advice, someone comes to you and they want to start running or want to start comedy, what is the advice you're giving them?
That's very easy. You just got to do it. Whatever, if you want to do this thing, you've just got to get up there. Don't get drunk one night because don't drink, it's bad. Get up there and say, I'm going to be on stage here in a week's time, and then go and do it like I did. You go and do it. And if you bail, you fall, you'll die, whatever, keep at it. If you want to run, same thing. Put shoes on and start running. Because we always say, I'm going to do these things, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to do these things. No, if you want to do it, running is the easiest thing. Just walk out your front door and start doing it. Yeah. Like, you just got to start moving forward. So if you have the ability to run, which I'm very grateful for, to be honest, I'm very grateful to be able to run, and you want to run, just go and do it. Yeah. If you have a voice and you can speak and you want to do comedy, write a few things down, go and do it. Like, you can't, you sit there one day and think, oh, I should have done this thing and now I can't do it. Just do it. Like, The best bit of advice, if you want to do something, go and do it. Like, no one's going to do it for you. Go and do it.
Yeah. And what's been your favorite video that you've done?
So one where we won the Rugby World Cup final 2023, and I put together a thing of how we need to live our lives after that. Like, what are some of the things I said? You can't now. So, that was going to start. I said, you have to greet everyone as a champion, because we're all champions. In your email, you sign regards champion. You also, I brought in Sia Kulisi. You must say Sia.
Oh, yes, I remember this video.
Sia Kulisi. I brought in, we must ask for the Hanrei Pollard sauce, not the HP sauce. There was like 8 ones that I'd made for different players. Definitely my best video ever. Definitely, it felt so good recording it. We had just won the Rugby World Cup. It was good recording it. It was fantastic posting it. It was fantastic engaging with people who commented on it. I'm trying to think of all the things I said in that video, but that is definitely the Rugby World Cup. I've still pinned it. It's still pinned to my ex, my Twitter. So if you want to go watch it, it's pinned to my ex Twitter, which is at Rory Petzer, Petzer. It's still my pinned video. My favorite video of all time is that one. Oh, wow, the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, that was great. Yes, I'm going back there now. Yeah, it was awesome.
So if people want to know who you truly are and where it kind of all started, the pinned video.
The pinned video.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that Rugby World Cup 2023.
And if I ask someone why they watch your videos or engage with you on social media, what is the one thing you want them to kind of say?
You make my day happier.
Yeah.
You make my day happier, and you make the tunnel a little bit brighter.
Amazing.
Definitely.
Amazing. I love that. Thank you very much. This was
Thanks,
great.
man. That was great. Thanks, team.
Good luck for Comrades, and
Thanks,
I'm sure you're going to smash it.